Adios, amigo. Listen, stranger. Didn't you get the idea? We don't like to see bad boys like you in town. Go get your mule. You let him get away from you?
You see, that's what I want to talk to you about. My Little Pony, she feels real bad. My Little Pony. You see, she got all depressed when you all didn't laugh.
Hey, you making some kind of joke?
Oh no. You see, I understand you men were just playing around. But my pony, she just doesn't get it. Now, if you're all to apologize. I don't think it's nice you're not laughing. It's a funny idea you're not laughing because of her. Now, if you laugh, like I know you're gonna, I might convince her not to break out into song. I'm waiting. Hey, every pony. How you doing? It's your boy, Dusty Cat, here on the West Coast, San Jose, California, one more time. You'd think I would be from somewhere else, but no, we're here in San Jose again. Sometimes we're gonna have to do like a live remote from somewhere, but not like my front room. But it's a beautiful sunny day. It's another beautiful 69 degrees. The Pegasi were out early. The clouds are gone. Beautiful day. I went out and got my cider. Everyone who's on Twitter said I was out of cider. Well, I went and got some. Delicious. But you're not here to hear about how much cider I have. You're here because you want to listen to the dulcet tones of good friend of the program, Mr. Peter New.
Dulcet tones!
Dulcet tones, yes, of Peter. How are you doing today, Pete?
I'm really well. How are you?
I am doing awesome. Here's another beautiful picture of you from
yes.
Everfree Northwest with your entire kin.
This is the Apple family. What?
Yes, it's the Apple family. Yes. So, plenty to talk about. Plenty to talk about today because you haven't been on the program in almost a year now.
I know, and this
About a
was one
year.
of the first. This is one of the first interviews I gave.
Yes.
And so I'm delighted to be back. I feel like I'm much more experienced now, and I feel like I'll be able to provide you with more succinct and clean answers.
Clean, yes.
Clean.
Whenever you want to say something, just say buy some apples. We'll be fine.
Buy some apples.
Buy some apples. Oh, so yes. Not only have you done voice acting, film acting, all that stuff, you've done a new character. We'll talk about a little later. Singing, dancing, comedy, Sunil, everything. It's awesome.
Yeah.
First question. We have a new standard first question for everybody since you've been here. What are some of your...
I don't know what.
No, you know what? Well, how about this?
What
What is the quest? What is the quest? What are some of your earliest memories of cartoons or comics that you enjoyed as a kid?
Earliest memories of cartoons.
Yeah.
Or comics.
Yeah.
Comics. My earliest memories of comics are really the Tintin or Tintin comics.
Oh, Tintin, yes.
Or the Asterix comics.
Mm-hmm.
Those were some of the first comics that I really connected with, and I enjoyed the sense of humor in the Asterix ones, and the adventure in the Tintin ones.
Mhm.
I call it Tintin because in Canada, of course, we
Yeah.
speak French partly, and it's a French comic, so
Right.
or Belgian comic or something.
Mhm.
So I tend to gravitate towards the French pronunciations. But first cartoons that I remember, I feel like I remember cartoons earlier than the ones that are coming to my mind.
Mhm.
And I can't remember what they are right now. The earliest ones coming to my mind are all like 80s cartoons, but I know I was watching cartoons before that.
Mhm.
Mind you, they'd probably be quite dull. So I'm remembering stuff like Pac-Man and you know, Rocket Robin Hood.
Oh yeah, jeez, I completely forgot about that.
And as always, Looney Tunes. I mean,
Looney Tunes, yeah, Looney Tunes all the way back.
I guess earlier than that would be some of the Disney cartoons, some of the Mickey stuff.
Okay.
You know, like Mickey and the Giant and stuff.
Mickey and the
like
Giant, Donald Duck,
yeah,
all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Now let's get
Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat Willie. Yes, all that stuff. Let's get to the one thing everybody wants to talk about. Everybody wants to know about. Big Mac gets to sing. Big Mac is singing. Yep. Tell us a bit about what it was like in the studio with, you know, 3 other singers doing barbershop quartet with Daniel Ingram with a whip going, no, no, no.
That's exactly how it is. You don't need to know anything more.
Okay.
That's how it goes. No, I mean it. I really wanted to, for my part anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that this episode was coming, and I knew that I wanted to do a good job of the singing, because I thought it would be, you know, doing apples to the core was one thing. It was nice to have, you know, just sort of a background in the chorus there with my yups punctuating it. But I thought, you know, on this one, I knew that I'd have a moment to myself, and I knew that I wanted to sound good. You know, I wanted him to sound like he was in.
Yes.
Like it would be really believable that he would be in this quartet.
Yeah.
So normally what happens, I know from working on Littlest Pet Shop, normally what happens when we get a song from Daniel is we get a demo of the song that has pre-recorded vocals in it that we can sing along to. And so I just decided for this one, I asked Daniel if I could come in and do the demo myself, so that I could sing along to myself later, and that gave me extra time to practice it.
Oh, there you go.
But when it comes time to actually record it, you really are just yourself, right? You're not sitting there you go into the studio by yourself and you just work your part with Daniel. So it makes it less complicated, right? Than having to try to rehearse a whole quartet together and perform it. We don't do it like that, unfortunately.
I think that would be.
That'd be fun to do.
It'd be more fun to do it that way, for sure, where you're actually making
in the
music.
Long run, yeah, but also it'd be more labor intensive, because you'd have to not only know your part, but you'd have to know your part in time and rhythm with everybody else. This way, it's easier to record, and then it's also easier for them to manipulate in post.
Oh yeah.
Because goodness knows, I sound a lot better after their computers have had a little time with my voice.
Just a little.
Than I sound on the raw recording.
Yeah, just a little bit. Now you teased me forever. Like we were at Everfree Northwest. I got this really great thing. I talked this season. I go, really? Big Mac talks? No, I said I talked this season.
Hold on, you guys.
Huh? Still there?
That was a complete gibberish. It was Skype gibberish.
Skype gibberish. Okay, we'll start over again. You teased me that you were going to talk this season. And I said, oh, good. Big Mac talks. I said I talk. I didn't say Big Mac talked. So we get Goldie Delicious, which is an interesting new character, Goldie.
Goldie Delicious.
Goldie Delicious.
Interesting cat lady.
Interesting cat lady who killed Dusty Cat, by the way.
What?
Yes. They actually had a Dusty Cat joke. There was a cat made of dust in the episode, and she blows on it and blows him away.
That's right.
So
that's how manly I am.
That's how manly you are.
That's how manly I am.
Yes.
As I'm playing a lady, I can out-manly you.
Yes, out-manly Dusty Cat again. What? So how did the Goldie Delicious character fall to you?
Well, again, because I've had when I get my pet shop scripts,
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten into the habit of always reading all of the parts that I don't know the casting for
Mm-hmm.
out loud, just to put a voice on it for myself. And I mean, I think if it's obvious that it isn't for me, that sort of falls away. But with Goldie, I just, as I came across every line, I just
kept reading it out loud and just thinking, oh, this line would be fun if I could do it this way.
and so I just sort of took that kind of throwaway into the studio with me, and I just was laughing in the waiting room, saying, Terry Klassen, the voice director, sort of overheard me reading, just as a joke.
Yeah, Goldie Delicious, this is it.
And just thought, oh yeah, that might work. And so he brought in, we went into the studio with Big Jim and Woody or not Woody, but
Jason?
the other guy, Jason. Wow, that was a brain fart of epic proportions.
Oh, epic.
Epic. But the three of us went in, and I did this on the microphone with them, and they all sort of smirked and laughed and nodded, and they decided to give me the job. It was the last thing I was expecting.
Nice.
But it was great fun, and I think my favorite part of it actually was, as the actors, you don't always know who's playing what.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember opening my mouth for the first Goldie Delicious line, and Ashley Ball looking up with raised eyebrows straight across at me. She had no idea it would be me, and she thought that was pretty excellent.
I can just see it now. It's like she's sitting there as soon as she's about to do an Applejack line. All of a sudden, it's like, you come with Goldie Delicious, and she's like stuck.
What?
I was like,
yeah.
what was I supposed to say? Wait a minute. Just back up. Last time you were here, you were embroiled, as it was, in being painted blue a lot.
Oh, yes.
Yes. The Blue movie.
The Blue movie.
The Blue movie. Alien Abduction.
I want to...
You know what brings this up? I was on, I can't remember where, but Wolf Cop, the movie, movie pros that beat this movie, actually got a release date. And I saw it. Yep. I went, Wolf Cop. Well, that brought up Alien Abduction. So I'm going to ask you, now that it's been almost a year, is that movie ever going to get made? Are you guys still working on it? Where are we at with that movie?
Well, we're still trying to push it forward. I know that one of the prizes that we did get was that the people that were organizing the Sineku project optioned the movie, and their idea was that they wanted to make all 10 of the top 10.
Okay.
And I know that they were very excited about Alien Abduction. So the last I heard, we were pursuing a larger figure to try and get the movie made for a bit more money, which I think ultimately, if we could get, would be a better film. But of course, when you're pursuing more money, and now we're using sort of proper channels, and that all takes time. So we'll see. I don't know.
Okay, I didn't know. I was waiting for that movie because I want to see it. And I'm going, wow, I wonder where that is. So we'll see what happens.
We all still want to make it. I mean, we all had such a good time working together. So and I, there was so much support out there in the world for us, and thank you deeply for all of that support that everybody gave, because it really helped to propel us forward, and we got really very close. So
I think it'll be hilarious when it does get made. So.
I actually think that the success of Wolf Cop might benefit us, and so I have every good wish for those guys. I mean, they deserve the win, and they hopefully have made a really good movie, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. For one, if it's a hit, then that means Sineku gets cred. That means the next Sineku movie, gets funding more easily. So if you see Wolf Cop playing in a theater near you, please go.
Go see it.
See it.
Any new movies or projects you can let us in on that's not NDA'd? Something that's coming up.
There's one thing I did last year that it was a day player part on a show that I don't know if I can talk about yet. So just keep your ear to the ground. I know the new Barbie movie is out. I'm in that.
New Barbie movie.
You can see the new Barbie.
Yeah. What did you do in Barbie?
We're still looking. What's that?
What did you do in Barbie?
I played an eel named Murray.
An eel named Murray.
Yes. An eel named Murray in the latest Barbie straight-to-video feature.
Okay.
So
why can't I have this kind of fun in my life? God, I can't have this kind of fun in my life. I can't play an eel named Murray in a Barbie movie. Why? Why, God? Why? Okay. Anyway.
Anyway. It was fun. I got to do it. Basically, I got to do a Peter Lorre impression, which
nice.
I would have thought was out of date.
Uh-huh.
But apparently I got to do it. So
what's out of date? Jeez, in Saturday's episode, in the Chimera, the snake in the Chimera had the eyes from
the Jungle
Book, and I was like,
yeah, that was awesome.
You have to be old enough to catch that, okay? I was like, as soon as it went up for like 2 seconds, I went, oh! I saw that.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome, and I thought it was awesome that she totally did the let's destroy the at maneuver.
Yeah, with the wraparound, yeah. And of course, she had to go through the fire swamp.
Yeah, the fire swamp from the
Princess Bride. Yeah.
That whole segment was just full of
little things.
Reference
reference this and reference that. Yeah, it's like I was waiting for the fire rats to show up, but.
I didn't know what to expect.
Getting back to singing, you've done very well in the 2 songs, on plus the stuff on Littlest Pet Shop. You never brought up that you had done any singing in the past. Did you take lessons between then and now to do this stuff, or did you take lessons before? What's your background in actual singing?
No, I think it was just sort of everybody kind of came together around the same time to discover that I could do it. Mm-hmm. When we did the auditions for Littlest Pet Shop, we had to sing California Girls by Katy Perry.
Oh, yeah.
That was part of what we had to do. We had to do it sort of in, if I remember right, we had to do one version without a character voice and one version in a character voice. And that was fun and strange. And then, and so then, and then you end up on this show working with Daniel.
Yes.
And he gets to see what I'm capable of. Because on Pony, it's sort of, if you're not already singing, then I barely knew who he was at that point when I got the job on Pet Shop. So then I think he had seen that I was capable through working on Sunil. And then I remember in Cleveland at Canterlot Gardens, I remember talking to Megan and Amy, and they were talking about how much. I remember Amy talking about this doo-wop band idea that she had, and thinking that maybe Big Mac should be in it. And I just jumped on it and said, "Yeah, I think that's a fantastic idea. You should go for that."
Yes.
And I don't know how much influence my eagerness had over that getting pushed through to the end. Probably zero, but
yeah.
I think it was just a combination of having met Megan and Amy now, and having and I think they had the confidence in me, and having worked with Daniel and having Daniel have the confidence in me. I think everybody just kind of decided that, oh yeah, this is something that we can throw at this actor, and this actor can rise to it, and I hope I did.
I think you did. You know what? In my mind's eye, it's not barbershop core. You just said doo-wop. So in my mind's eye, I have Big Mac, Soren, Carmel, and Mr. Cake doing Down by the Boardwalk on a street corner in Ponyville with a light at night. I was like,
yeah.
Boom. I got this whole thing in my head now. It's like,
yeah,
nice.
Well, I don't know. I mean, things do change from all the way through production.
Oh, absolutely. It's been a couple of years since
level of production
that idea came about.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure. I mean, I don't know if Amy did say doo-wop to me or not, but I mean, it's that's what I remember her saying. So
yeah, I just think that would be really cool.
I remember her singing a suggestion for the song that I thought was very funny, that wasn't in the script when it finally came in, and I don't know if that's Amy who changed that, or Megan who changed that, or Daniel who changed that. All three of
Or
those people
Hasbro.
have the power to make that change.
Or
So, you know,
Hasbro.
maybe change it.
Hasbro.
There are a lot of people who have the power to change it, right? So
Yep.
I don't know when the change happened, but
What happens?
I think we ended up with something that was really interesting and good. So I'm quite happy with that.
Quite. You just got back from down under, Australia. What is
Australia?
Australia.
They all talk like this.
Yes. What is how's the pony scene down there? I mean, that's the first convention they ever had. What was it like down there? How did it go for you?
Well, it wasn't the first convention they ever had. It was the first convention that they ever had that had show staff.
Oh, okay. Hadn't heard of them.
But they'd done PonyCon AU as a second-year convention.
Okay, second year.
And the scene down there, it seems to me to be just as vibrant and interesting. This is the thing that I found in Germany too last year, that the like I was wondering if the fact that the show drives the fans to create so much art and music and merch and all that stuff. I was wondering if that was largely an American phenomenon or not. And Germany proved to me that it wasn't, and Australia proved to me that it wasn't. Again, you know, it's essentially the same in terms of the fan reaction. Like the show makes people want to create.
Sure does.
You know which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And so it was awesome. It was great fun. Everybody was super friendly and excited. We all had a really good time.
Yeah, cool. It was one of those, you know, there's PonyCon AU and there's Galacon. There's all these overseas ones. It's like, especially one in Finland. I'm going, oh, I'd love to go to one of these things.
Oh,
it must be
fun. Yeah,
it must be freaking awesome just to go down there and see other people and what they think of the show. You know, in some other culture. You know,
and that's really cool too, right?
Yeah.
To know that you're working on something that has that deep of an impact internationally. You know, the message in the show is not an ethnocentric message.
No, it's a global message.
It's a message which completely transcends culture, which I think is cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great.
You haven't stopped acting. I mean, you're doing all this voice work, but you have not stopped acting. I found out that you were working on a TV series called Motive.
I did work on Motive.
Motive, which was came out last year. Season 1, Episode 4, called Against All Odds. Kind of a police drama-y kind of show. Sort of. What's it like working on a real cop drama kind of thing? You know, TV show. Is it much different than working on a movie? What's it like different than, say, working on a movie?
Well, I mean, there's a different energy working on a movie set than there is working on a TV set. Just period. Because on a movie set, you're all kind of you're working on a single thing and moving towards an end, and you sort of the continuum is different because you're working for a couple of months together towards a thing. On a TV set, you're really sort of aware of the episode. You're aware that there are people who are here for the day, which I was, and that there are people who are here for the week, like the director, and then there are the people that are there for the long haul, and that's like the stars. So I always feel like, you know, when I'm working on something, like I worked on Fringe too, and that felt really similar in many ways. That's good fun as well, where you come in for a day or a few days, and you're just part of that one episode. So you really feel like you're in this pocket of the overall narrative. That said, though, on Motive, what I thought was really fun and really interesting about Motive was that we were really I was in a scene with Kristen Lehman, and the two of us sort of immediately grabbed onto this notion that there was a much deeper history between these two characters, just in the way the scene was written, and I think the show was really well written. I really felt like there was this background between these two characters, and we really sat there and dug it out together, which is an experience you don't normally have with a series lead when you come in as a day. Normally you just sort of put your head down and do your work, and so that was a real awesome experience for me to be able to sit there and really get my teeth into the scene with the lead on the show.
Cool.
It was really good fun.
Cool. Hopefully they play some of it down here. And I know it's a CBC show, so.
They did last year. They played on ABC last year. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta pick it out. I gotta see if I can find that
Yeah.
episode.
I think they've renewed it for a second season. So
I just saw that they did. Cool. Sunil.
Mm-hmm.
Sunil, kind of taken over as the.
You're not going to ask me a question, are you?
Yes, I am.
Oh my goodness.
You've sort of taken
You're so
over.
nervous.
You've sort of taken over as like one of the favorite characters at Littlest Pet Shop. You know, everyone loves Sunil. So
Yes. I love it.
And he's singing now. Have you seen more of a? I don't know where I'm going to go with this question, but with that group of characters, right? It's sort of like being the main six of Littlest Pet Shop. You know?
Yeah.
So
Or the main seven.
yeah, the main seven. Excuse me. The whole. Do you see the writing on that show sort of the same as you see it on Pony, where the characters are more? They're finding get the two characters that interact the best to tell the best moral. Is it more of that kind of writing on that show? Is it more just slapstick comedy?
It is a little more comedy. I mean, they do like to have a moral and a lesson at the end of Pet Shop, but it's not as overt as Pony. I mean, when Pony started, it really it's less this way now, obviously, but when it started, it was really like, what lesson are we learning this week? And then we're going to write to the princess and talk about the lesson, and there was that sort of moral epilogue, and that doesn't really exist in Pet Shop and never has, but. That doesn't mean that there isn't a lesson and the lessons aren't being learned. So, I mean, it's a different style of writing, but I know that there is a real commitment in the writing staff to making sure that the characters are being challenged in a particular way, and that they have to confront their own ill behavior, which is always. As an actor, that's always what you want. You want to be able to take your character through a journey and to force them to learn something about themselves.
Yes, helps with the writing later. Let's see, social media. You are like a social media hound. You do everything. You do Twitter. You do vines of funniness. You do all of this stuff. Have you found as a VA doing all of this? Helped you with not only your craft, but helped you get parts? Somebody's seen something you've done on Twitter as funny, or something they've seen one of your vines and found it funny and gotten you, hooked up into a job.
I don't think that has happened yet, no. But I do think that you're, more and more as time goes by, I feel like your social media presence as a performer. Is relevant to I mean I'm now a performer that comes with a built-in audience as far as producers are concerned, and I don't mean to take my followers for granted in that statement at all, because I'm very grateful for them, but if you're someone is a producer and they're just looking at raw numbers, and they're quite happy, I think, when they see that they can point at a big number and say, well, that person has X number of people who are going to probably jump at a chance to go to the box office for this person. I don't know that the number of followers I have translates into that just yet, because I think you need a larger number than I have. But I think that kind of relationship between Twitter and a producer is getting stronger every day, because it's a security in an insecure market.
Oh yeah.
For them to be able to measure your box office with a click, is pretty powerful, I think. And as I said, it hasn't helped me directly yet, but I don't think that it won't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus, I think it's really fun. I mean,
plus it's fun.
That's the biggest thing for me, is I have a really good time with it. I'm basically I just like to get on and make jokes with people, and that amuses me. It also amuses me when I make jokes that people clearly don't understand. every or don't get. Possibly don't get is a better way of saying don't understand.
Don't understand.
I tweeted a picture of I was playing Mario Kart yesterday, and I tweeted a picture of myself on Instagram. Not of myself, but of the score. And I was playing Dry Bones, and I won. And so I just tweeted it with the words #victory, which amused me to no end that I would actually spell the word hashtag out and then not put a hashtag in. I thought that was really hilarious. I was laughing about that day. And then of course, nobody said anything or responded to it in any way. I don't think anybody else either got it or found it funny, and then that made me laugh even harder.
Cool.
So this is my relationship with with social media.
Yeah.
Is I actually just think the whole thing is funny.
That's funny.
But then I also think it's to ramble on a bit. I also think it's a really great way to connect with people you wouldn't otherwise get to connect with or know.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
And
you and I wouldn't have connected for as much as we have without it. Right.
And I think that's very interesting as well. And so I'd like to keep doing it for that reason as well. I've ended up in many conversations over Twitter in front of people. I sort of feel like you're having a very loud conversation when you have a conversation on Twitter because you have an audience.
Yes.
But I have ended up in some interesting ones over Twitter. So that that's a benefit as far as I'm concerned. Getting people to communicate is always more interesting than sort of stewing in your own idea.
That is true. So it is commercial time. So we're going to go to commercial right about now. We're going to come back with more with Peter New. We're going to we're going to tell you about convention updates, and we're going to get into charity. And after we're done with that, we'll get some questions from you guys with Screwball in the chat. So we'll be back in about 1:05. Hang tough.
Woo!
Are you tired of the high-pressure sales tactics from rank amateur merchants? Are you tired of shady characters trying to take you and your bits for a ride? Would you really rather be shopping in a glorified flea market? Don't want to pay canter-lot prices? Avoid the bucksters and the snake oil salesman. Come to Ponyville's oldest family-run business, Rich's Barnyard Bargains. You'll find us at the corner of Appleton Way and Stirrup Street. Look for the billboards. You can't miss them. There, you will find a warm, brightly lit, and friendly atmosphere. We have everything from alfalfa to Zap Apple Jam.
Look at all that stuff!
Oh yes, we carry home improvement supplies and tools for all those last-minute weekend projects. And remember, Rich's Barnyard Bargains. If it ain't filthy and it ain't stinking, then it ain't rich.
This is when we...
and now that we're live...
Oh, we're live again.
Now we're live again. And that's right, people. If you have if Ponyville goes down again in flames, go to Rich's Barnyard Bargains because they got everything you need. Thatch, rakes, hammers, nails, alfalfa, you name it. Rich's Barnyard Bargains has it. And remember, if it ain't filthy and it ain't stinking, then it ain't rich. And we're back. So we're back with Peter, and we're going to go into convention season. We have some convention talk right about now. So BabsCon is coming up, San Francisco. Yes, April 18th to 20th. This gentleman will be there, along with Andrea Libin, Tara Strong, Kathy Westluck, Nicole Oliver, GM Barrow, M.A. Larson, Amy Keating Rogers, Megan McCarthy, Brian and Brianna Drummond, Jason Thiessen, Big Jim Miller, Josh Haber, Natasha Livinger, and Andy Price will all be there. Yes, if you use registration code SOMANLY, the number 10, that's SOMANLY 10, that gets you 10% off any reg there. So use it. Do it. Music by Eurobeat, Brony, Fanning, Tarby, and Michael A. They've also announced their charities. Their charities for the show will be San Francisco Suicide Prevention and the San Francisco SPCA. They've also announced a cool contest. I've never seen one like this. This is awesome, called The Voice Equestria. It will be you do. It's a voice acting contest judged by Tara Strong and her friends.
I think I'm one of those friends.
Might be one of those friends. You have to turn in a pre-contest audition tape So check their webpage for all details on that contest. I'm entering. I'm gonna enter because it seems like fun to me. Also, the hoof wrestling contest between myself and Tyler. Tyler has neglected to answer my challenge from last week. He says he was busy. He was buying a car with a tiny little wing on the back. I wonder if that says anything. But, we'll wait a week, Tyler, for you to answer, and we'll see what you say. So, don't miss the hoof wrestling that's coming up at BronyCon, or BabsCon, because it's going to be epic. Epic. I might need Peter New in my corner. I might need a corner man. Peter, will you be my corner man?
Sure. I'll sit there. I'll give you a bottle of water. And
Absolutely.
a towel.
Bottle of water. He's my corner man. See that? I'm a professional now. I have a corner man.
That's right.
It's gonna be awesome.
And I'll give you coaching.
Coaching. I gotta have some coaching.
Sit back in.
Absolutely.
Screw it.
Yes.
Are you gonna be there with a bell?
Maybe. We'll see what he can do. TrotCon, June 20th through 22nd in Columbus, Ohio. Emily Tay of Pegasus Sisters Live will be there. Pixel Kitties, Eurobeat Brony, Cyril the Wolf, Pony Toast, Mike Check, Heather Breckel will all be there. And now, Andrea Libman and who? Peter New.
Yes.
Will be there. Yes. Also confirmed is Silver Slinger and Animated James. Everybody knows Animated James. He did our wonderful dental commercial with Colgate that we play on this very program. Awesome animator. Everfree Northwest, July 4th through 6th. Seattle, Maraika, Gilda the Griffin herself will be there. Georgia Ball, Heather Neufler for the IDW Comics team will be there. Reg is open. Panel submissions are open. Vendor apps are open. Pony Stock musician applications are open. Everything's open. Go down there. Let's see. Done with that page. Don't forget the writing contest they have. Check it out. BronyCon, August 1st through 3rd, back in the Baltimore. Kazumi going to be there. Daniel Ingram's going to be there. And Shannon Kent will be there. Katie Cook.
Shannon Kent.
Thank you. Shannon
yes.
Kent.
Shannon
My bad. Katie Cook, Tony Fleece, and Heather Breckel will also be there. And they just announced who? Tabitha St. Germain. Awesome. She going to be there. Galacon, for those in Ludwigsburg, Germany.
So beautiful.
So beautiful.
There,
yes.
if you can get over there, go.
Yes.
It's beautiful there.
August 2nd and 3rd. Tickets went on sale February 10th, so get some before they're gone. Nicole Oliver is going to Germany. So all you people get to meet the princess. She's going to be there. Living Tombstone is also booked, so he's going to rock it there too. Brony Can, August 22nd to 24th, Richmond, BC, Canada, right across the street from Peter New. Announcing their first guest, Emmy Memberson, artist. They're going to have a collecting card games tournament. That was also announced last week. Lots more to do this year. Lots more to do. DerpyCon South is ramping up. Grand Brony Gala in Tampa. Kathy Westluck is going. She's going there. Plenty of things to do. Check it out. Google some stuff because there's awesome things going on all year.
Did they just announce Michelle Krieber?
I'm not sure they announced it.
I think I saw it on the
Did they announce it?
Today.
Ooh! Guess what? I guess she's going to be there too. Amazing.
I think so.
Anyway, we'll check it out.
Put it in your Googles.
Put it in your Googles. Google it. So, charity. We did awesome once again. 555 bits on a 500-bit total goal, and that is awesome. That was Michael Dobson's charity. Michael, a good friend of this man, Peter New. And that was for the Rare Disease Foundation, and that was... They take on all those diseases. People get really sick and nobody knows what it is. They take those things on and give somebody hope that it can be a cure can be found. And that is awesome sauce. So, giveaways for that were these little tidbits, which is a collectible card pony game packet, a dog tag, and a blind bag from the first series. So we got that. Plus, this Boxo's paper craft that I found at Hot Topic, which I haven't found again. This is cool. And the Derpy bag, messenger bag from Hot Topic, one of those. Also, this, two of a kind, because the gentleman who had it commissioned actually made one for himself. The Year of the Pony, Pinkie Pie, Silver Slinger, dog tag. All rhinestoney and awesome. But not only that. Michael Dobson himself came through with a DVD set from a series that he was in, signed, which is going to be on its way to me, as soon as he gets the art from Pixel Kitties that he's going to sign. Pixel told me herself that she's half done with it. Should have it done tomorrow. And I'll send that to Mr. Dobson. He'll print it out, sign his John Hancock to it, and ship it to me with the DVDs. So one person gets all of that swag. All of it. One person gets all of that swag. This hat full of names right here. This hat. This one's for you, Pete. Right there. Wait, no, get back in there. Back in there. I didn't pick you yet.
I would wear that hat.
Yes, I'm sure you would. So, this name right here.
St. Patty's Day.
St. Patty's Day. The Andy Mac. You have won the giveaway for this week. Thank you very much, Andy. I will get you your information and talk to you later. So now, to put this wonderful hat on my head. It's a little small.
I've got Scott.
See? It's for a wee person. It doesn't fit quite right. No. But what do you get? What do you expect for a $6 freaking pork pie? Yes. But
I
you know,
list the $6 pork pie.
Yes.
But I never liked them much.
No. They give you heartburn. But yeah, it's Patty's Day next week, guys. 1 week from today. So make sure you all get yourself a cider. In fact, for that, I'm going to drink one. Delicious. So we move on. So I am going to put up a picture of our favorite grandmama, Brony Granny. And people have heard Brony Granny actually had a heart attack last week, brought on by pneumonia. Was hospitalized and has been brought up to stable, but it injured something within her heart, and they have to go in, take her pacemaker out, repair it, put her pacemaker back in. That is 3 more surgeries. Their co-pays are already over $15,000 for things that have already been done. So they need serious help. Okay, I know we just had one for them a little while ago, but you know what? This is getting serious. And everyone loves Granny, especially at Everfree Northwest. She's got a smile that's 15 miles wide, and she just beams. You're going to be fine. All you need to do is come around the corner and talk to Granny. It's like, you're going to be fine. Because she gives you that whatever it is, you know, when grannies have. It's like, you're going to be fine. She's got that big smile and that radiating awesomeness, and she needs help. And we're going to help her again. Okay? So, for all of this, Tabitha St. Germain herself has came to me and said, Dusty, we need to help her. And she sent me this message. So, I'm going to play that for you, and we'll be right back, okay? Don't go nowhere.
Hello, my downy ducks. Well, I hear Brony Granny's going through a rough time again, and I was wondering if anybody felt like helping out with her stinky old hospital bills, because they do add up, and we want to see her climbing mountains and making cider and riding bicycles and doing all the things that Brony Grannies ought to be doing, having a fantastic life. So if you feel like it, if you like donating or sending her your best thoughts or meditating or praying or doing wonderful things to cast love, however you do it, toward Brony Granny, then we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thanks. This is Tabitha, by the way.
And that was Tabitha. And when the element of generosity comes to you and says, Dusty, we need help, you don't say no. You just don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. So, we're here, and we got more giveaways for you because we need some help. And we're going to do this right. So, for anything, you go to manlysbrony.com and you click, go to Give Forward, and make sure you put who you are, what your Manly's Brony name is, and I'll make sure that I can find you. Okay? We got some stuff. So, again, with the blind bag and the dog tag and a pack of collectible card games. You know, these things have foils in them. You could get lucky and get the foil pack. So, we got that. We got this wonderful bunch of stuff right here, which is extra little tidbits from our friend Dave Bryant, who wrote the role-playing pony game that we play. So he picked these things up for you guys. Thank you very much, Dave. Now, he also, Dave Bryant, donated this, and I was saving it for a good cause. I think this was a good one. Season 1 DVD. Right here. Anything at all. That little pile of stuff. Now, if we go to 500 bones, just 5. I mean, that's slow. We're gonna beat that like it's nothing. We're gonna beat that like a rented mule.
We've probably beaten it already.
We're probably beating it already, but
Probably beaten it already.
we beat 500 bones. Peter is gonna kick in something. What you gonna kick in, Pete?
I'm gonna kick in a autograph card from Galacon from last year. That if you weren't at Galacon,
You couldn't
can't
get.
get that autograph card.
You can't get it.
I'm gonna kick in an autograph card from Galacon, and it's gonna say "Yup" on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna kick in a second autograph card from Galacon
Mm-hmm.
that says "Nope" on it.
Ha
And if we beat 600, I'll kick in a third autograph card that says "Spoopy Doo."
Awesome.
And if it
Sweet.
keeps going up, I'll think of something else to do.
You know what? If we hit 1,000, we hit 1,000 bones. I'm kicking in this. Okay? Another Twilight Sparkle foil card season 2. Okay? I've had this laying around for a little while. These go for major bones. $1,000.
If we hit 1,000, I'll also add. I have a I'm a Princess. Are You a Princess 2 autograph card from Las Pegasus Unicon.
Oh yeah.
I'll kick in one of those.
Rare.
And I'll
Now.
I'll put some kind of princessy edict.
Princessy
on
thing
it.
on. Yes. Okay, so that's 1,000. If we crack 2,000 bones, you know what I'm gonna do? San Diego Comic-Con vinyl scratch. 2,000 bones. Okay? That's what I'm kicking in. These are awesome. So, you can't get them. I got a friend who's got a few I can get a hold of. So, I'm going to kick in one of those out of my own pocket. Okay? That's if we hit 2,000 bones. So, that is the giveaway for that stuff. If we break 2,000, who knows? We'll come up with something else. But until we hit that magic number, then that's what we got going on right there. That's a nice huge pile of stuff, and we'll split that up. So the first person gets everything from the DVD down. Second person will get the $500. The third person will get the $1,000, and the fourth person will get the $2,500 or the $2,000. So. And from then on, we'll just keep building it, because they need help. They need lots of help. So we're going to continue to do it because we do that kind of thing around here.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
We do that kind of thing around here.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So with that, charity is done for the week. But, Pete.
Yeah.
Screwball's lost again. Screwy, where are you?
No, don't do that voice.
Yes. Oh, my Screwball is back. I missed my Screwball for 2 weeks.
There's gonna be so much nightmares tonight.
Nightmares. Oh, I know where the nightmares come in because we got the second episode of You Know What Screwy coming up.
You know where the nightmares come
I know where the nightmares come from, so that's going to come up in just a little bit. So hang loose after a few questions for Pete. We're gonna burn through that sucker. You're gonna love it. So don't go nowhere. So what do you think, Screwy? We got a bunch of questions for this gentleman in the chat room, in the chatty box, as it was.
I got lots from the chatty box.
The chatty box.
This one's for you. This one I've been excited to ask because I want to know myself. This one's from my good friend Jamie. Question is for you, Peter. What was it like to record the Russian doll video?
Ooh.
Oh, that was fun.
Wow.
Do you have a link you can put up for that?
I will find one right now.
Find one.
Yeah.
I think
that was
Jason will be
really fun.
Yeah.
This was a commercial for milk, where have you guys seen these things where it's like should drink more milk or whatever, right? Somebody does like some weird animated thing, does something strange and weak, and then they're like, oh, I should have had more milk.
Mm-hmm.
This was for this is one of those, and I remember getting this like enormous sheet full of different auditions, different commercials they were going to make. You know, there's like an eagle and a fish and whatever. There were a million different breakdowns on this thing, and I went through and did every single thing I could. And then at the very, very end of the audition, there was this other commercial which was for Russian dolls, and I just thought it would be hilarious if they all spoke with this same growly deep. I am a Russian doll.
I can't stop laughing at this. It's so
And
much
I thought
fun
that was
still.
hysterical. If like, the Russian dolls came apart and they all sounded identical. So
It's so funny.
like this, and just as a lark, because I thought I'm not gonna get this, but this is going to be fun for me. I want to do it. And of course, that's the one I got. I got nothing else. And they brought me in, and we did a couple of takes where they all sounded identical. And they thought, well, maybe we need to switch it up and make it different. And so we ended up with one up here, one in the middle, and one really deep one. They all were basically growly Russian voices. The worst stereotype Russian voice ever. And that's what they put on the internet. So that is out there somewhere.
Yep.
These Russian.
I'll have it on the YouTube replay. So.
I thought it. Yeah, I can probably. Have you found it yet?
Yeah, I found it. People are posting it, and
people are posting it in the chat.
I try my best not. The voices you do for that is just the most hysterical thing. The best commercial I've ever seen in my life. I kid you not.
It was super fun.
It's so funny.
Really fun. It was one of those jobs that was just 100% a laugh to do.
Next, Screwy.
Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to catch my breath. I'm also gonna bring this in one, and also from Jamie, because this one's good. For you, Peter. What is your favorite type of hat?
My favorite type of hat is Panama, but it doesn't actually look that good on my head, which I always try them on.
Yeah.
But I never quite work.
I've been wearing these, but I want an actual fedora. I want an actual nice fedora, not this.
Yeah, a good fedora.
A good fedora.
Looks fedora
awesome.
Is the closest I can get to a Panama. But those trilbies, I think, are everywhere, and everybody calls them a fedora.
And they're not.
I have a trilby.
They're not.
I have a couple of trilbies, but they're not quite great.
Nope.
They're sort of everywhere right now.
This thing is too small. I need a new hat. I'll be right back.
I love Peter when we did that picture where you're wearing my hat and I'm wearing yours. Oh yes.
Yeah, I'm wearing your beanie.
Okay, that's better.
That's a good picture. Yeah.
Oh Lord. Dusty.
Are you wearing that beanie right now? Please tell me you're wearing it right now.
I have it right here, and and it still has your signature on it.
Yay!
Yay!
That guitar sitting right there, the third one in the middle, still has your signature on it too.
Oh, fantastic!
Yep.
Can I play that guitar when I come to it?
Absolutely, we'll have it there. You can play it. Lance says you almost fell in love with that guitar. You almost took it home.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Pictures. I can see it.
Yeah. Let me get rid of Screwy's picture for a second. Yeah, it's the middle one.
Oh, the middle one. Oh, yeah.
The middle one, the Ibanez. Yep.
I like that one.
Yep, I remember that.
Was that the one that was at the park in Vegas, yeah?
Yep, that was the Vegas party.
Yeah.
That we can't really talk about. But there you go. Sorry, folks, we can't talk about the Vegas party. Wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh,
next, Screwy.
So I'll bring this one in from Imperious. For you, Peter, he wants you to do a Sunil voice.
Yes, all right. What would you like me to say, Sunil? I can't think of what to say on my own by myself.
I know what you could say, but it might not go over well. Stay away from my Slurpee machine.
Stay away from my Slurpee machine.
Had to get some Simpsons in there. Sorry.
I walked right into that one.
You did.
About that.
Bro.
You're a poo. Oh, that's lovely.
Yep. My bad. Next.
So this one is from Firemain. Peter, I was hoping you liked the how the Nightmare Nights carving came out.
That carving is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. I'm sorry I've been meaning to write to you and tell you how beautiful it was. I've sent it off now, and I was sort of waiting for the confirmation that it had arrived before I reacted to that. But that it is a beautiful carving. Thank you so much for doing it. Yep. It's this was a charity item from the auction at Nightmare Nights. I gave away a carving by Firemain of an original picture by Pixel Kitties to be drawn of Big Mac with the OC of the person who bought the prize.
Nice.
If that makes any sense.
Yes.
And so it, we were going to say if the this was amazing. If the prize went for more than $700, then Firemain was going to add some gold leaf to the carving because he had some gold leaf handy.
Mm-hmm.
The first bid was $700.
There you go.
So and then I think everybody in the room just kind of went, "Wow, that guy should have it."
Mm-hmm.
So it went. That was it.
Sweet. I was the auctioneer for that one, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, here we go.
Ooh.
So this one's from MLP Paul. Question for Peter. Given the opportunity, would you want to take part in more singing roles as Big Mac in the future?
Yeah, of course.
Don't you think? Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We've been getting so much of it in the past, in just this season alone, and I'm just loving it.
This season has been so fun for me as Big Mac. Like, I mean, some of my favorite moments as Big Mac have happened this season. So, I sort of, because I don't watch it in real time because I don't sort of seek it out on the YouTubes, and we don't get the hub, so we can't watch it on television in Canada yet. I haven't really been up to date on what has played and what hasn't, so I'm sort of reluctant to talk about certain things. But
yes.
But certain things I know. I loved the Barbershop Quartet.
Mm-hmm.
I loved Apples to the Core.
Mm-hmm.
I love the moment where Granny Smith shuts me up.
Yeah, I was thinking a bit about. You don't have to say nothing. We know.
And I love Goldie. I love being Goldie Delicious.
Yeah, she was funny.
I actually, when I was driving in, I kind of sang my heart out to Apples to the Core, as always. It's my favorite. It's the best song for me in this season right now. Like, I just love it.
Fantastic song. Thank you. I think it's a fantastic song. It actually makes me a little bit weepy.
Caradwin and I were actually saying, you know what? Bronies everywhere are trying to learn that dance with 2 feet instead of 4. I was like, how can you do that?
Okay, yeah, good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck. I tried it.
You know what? You guys just need to work in teams.
Yeah, there you go. Work in teams.
Ah, that's smart. Get like 2 people
yeah,
in a line.
Standard like elementary school Christmas pageant, front and back of the donkey.
There you go.
Do it.
Done.
There you go.
Done. Next.
So this one is from Bot117. Question for all: what do you think of the new episode?
Well, I like that I got to be a Cajun pony.
Yeah, that was.
I like
yes.
Oh, don't be that way, Mama.
Don't be that way, Mama.
Wait, this pie is better than Mama's. God, what is it? Swamp casserole. And then she just like
swamp wheat casserole.
Breaks. Her heart just breaks. And, oh, don't be like that, Mama.
I'm laughing so hard at that. That is awful. Her heart breaks.
What's funny is that they put in this little joke that I don't think anybody got. One of the ponies that was dancing on the table was doing one of the dances from the Peanuts.
Yeah. I never
did.
Oh.
Yeah.
No way.
Yes. He was doing one of the dances from the Peanuts, which was the one. I can't, not Schroeder. Can't remember the kid's name as a background character, but basically he would do this thing with his head. He'd do the same thing left and right, and that was that dance. I'm going, Peanuts! Yeah.
It's that part as soon as like, oh mama, don't be like that, and then they switch back, and then he's like rocking the table back and forth. Then there's just that one that's doing that dance on the table, and as soon as I saw him, I just couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, I know I've seen that somewhere before.
Yep.
That episode was so full of references. I just I adored it for that. I mean, I haven't seen the whole episode back to front. I've just seen little bits of it, but what I've seen is so chock full of these homages to
other things.
I think it's so fantastic.
Yeah,
and I love that the animators are going that way with stuff, you know, and
the fire swamp. It's like
the fire swamp.
The fire swamp.
I mean,
the fire swamp. Oh yes.
Yes. AJ, I can see just AJ asking somebody, "Do you have 6 fingers on your right hand?" It's like,
my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Prepare to die.
So
you keep using that word. I don't know if you know what it means.
Inconceivable. Just so much nostalgia, dear Lord. So this one is Norma Mermaid. My question for Peter: how hard is it for being both an actor and a voice actor?
It isn't any different particularly for me. I mean, the nature of the performance is different, obviously, when you have the job and you're actually in the room. But when it comes right down to it, for me, the process of preparing a character for an audition and auditioning it, which is most of what I do, is very much the same for both kinds of job. Even for theater, it's very much the same. There are slightly different things you do. Obviously, in voice, you don't need to memorize the script. You do in theater, and you need to be familiar in theater, and you need to memorize for film and television, usually in Vancouver anyway. But beyond that, you're still trying to break a scene down in the same way for everything. You're trying to say, well, what does the character want? What are the obstacles that the character is facing? How is the character trying to overcome these obstacles? And things like that. Those are the questions you ask yourself no matter what the job is. So.
Cool. Next.
Awesome. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm out of it. I'm in a loop. So this is from Pink Pearl Apple. Have you guys seen Frozen? I'm sorry for it being random, but hey, it's spring. I'm happy.
Frozen was awesome.
I haven't seen it yet.
I was sort of shunted into the 3D line. I don't love going to the 3D movies because I think mostly it's sort of gimmicky, right?
Mm-hmm,
and I got shunted into the 3D line because the 2D was already sold out, and I thoroughly enjoyed it in the third dimension, despite myself, despite my cynicism.
It's coming out tomorrow. Is it for DVD Blu-ray? I am not sure. Someone's gonna have to correct me.
It is.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big one.
Yep, I need to see it.
I'll tell you this. I was just in Disneyland a couple weeks ago, and the lineup to meet the princesses from Frozen was like 3 hours long.
Yikes!
So I did not do that.
How'd you like to be that cosplayer?
Oh, it's actually on the 18th.
Oh, is it?
I
thought it was tomorrow.
It is. So. That's a bun saying.
That's crazy.
I don't know. We'll see tomorrow. Yes. I'm in retail and I don't even know this.
You know what's got me miffed? Me miffed? There is absolutely no Wander Over Yonder merch from Disney. I've been to the Disney store every month since it started. It's been out for months. Where is my Wander Over Yonder merch? I want it. Disney. Come on. It's an awesome show. It needs stuffed animals and T-shirts and toys and stuff. Where is it?
What I haven't been seeing enough right now is for me is Gravity Falls. I just love that show.
Yeah, good show.
And I want like plushies and all that stuff.
Yeah, but Wander is way good. Wander is awesome. The writing's tight. The comedy's really up there. The animation is zingy. Love it. If you aren't watching it, go. Watch it. It's good stuff. Next.
Next. Ah! Oh my god, okay, rushing. Dear sweet celestial, all hands holy. From Minky Squeak, Peter, where did you get your fantastic hat?
Which hat?
Yeah, he's only got 57 of them.
You only got like a billion.
Okay, my green bowler I got in Stuttgart last summer. My Akubra I got in Melbourne. My pink one I got in Seattle. The one in the OC that Dusty has up on the screen there, which I believe now Emily Jones owns because I gave it away, and it came from Edie's Hats on Granville Island in Vancouver. What other hats do I have? I have a pork pie, also from Edie Hats on Granville Island. I have a trilby I got in Venice Beach in LA. So all over the world.
All over the world.
Holy cow.
Yes. And with that, we're going to let Screwy check over all of the questions for you guys. We're going to run Do You Know What's Screwy number 2. Episode 2 of Do You Know What's Screwy is playing right about now.
No.
And he went a little bit overboard, people, so this sucker's 4 minutes long.
4 minutes.
4 minutes of screwball. Can you handle it? Well, you're going to handle it anyway because it's starting right about now. We'll be back in 4 minutes.
You know what's screwy? Playing a scary video game in the dark.
Daniel, what are you doing playing Dead Space at night? It's dangerous.
I can do this.
Down initiated.
What? You know what's screwy? Breezies. Yeah, insects don't scare me as much. Breezies are insects, come on, you gotta admit. So, you know what's really screwy? Final Draft managed to find a audio file way back when we were called Everfree Radio, and basically it's a commercial that me, Skipsy, and Sketchy Sounds did right when it at its prime. So just listen to this. It's pretty weird.
Good afternoon. How have you been today?
I've been very well.
Oh, it's very nice.
Very well.
Quite.
Very quaint.
Did you have those biscuits today? I sure did. Oh, they were tasty.
Very tasty.
Everfree Radio.
I don't know.
every other Monday.
Yeah. That was the one of the first commercials, if I'm not mistaken. But why I wanted to show that was because not only was it's like a piece of history, it's where I actually got my name Screwball, thanks to that thing. It just stuck, and then Final Draft started calling me Screwball, and now everyone calls me Screwball. I love it.
And we're back.
Oh, that was the worst
that's the
commercial ever.
That's the worst commercial ever. Story of Screwball, right at the end. How Screwball got his name.
And how I almost had, I actually did kind of have a heart attack.
Blue screen of death.
Did.
Blue screen of death. And we're back with Peter New.
Hello.
Yes. So we have more questions. More questions for Peter.
Questions. I got plenty. This one's for all, and I hate trying to get your name. Tokusatu Kugu. To all, what is your feeling about daylight savings time?
Love it in the fall, hate it in the spring.
Yes.
Pretty much.
I love it except for a week in the spring.
Yes. The first week in the spring, and then it's fine.
I love it. I mean, I love that it stays light until about 10 o'clock at night here in June, so that is awesome.
Yeah.
One thing I always do as soon as it comes spring is I like to open up my window so that when the sun peeks out, I'm basically coming awake at that time. But as soon as 4 o'clock hits, I've noticed that the spring birds go nuts. And I keep forgetting it, and they're my alarm clock at 4 in the morning, and then I'm like, well, this is a terrible idea.
A terrible idea, Screwy.
I still do it anyway because I love the fresh air.
There you go.
Where did I put it? Oh, this one's from Bot117. Question for Peter New. Can you sing in Big Mac's voice for us?
Bum 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 bum.
There you go.
Love it.
There's don't remember all the words. Answer. Buzz birds.
First I go buzz. What is
buzz birds? Nice. I just wrote a new song.
Apples forever. Apples together.
Yep.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Yep.
Nice.
So I'll bring in the next question. So this one is from
James Justice!
James Justice!
Resident superhero
James Justice!
of state.
Strongbad will answer your question.
Strongbad will answer James Justice's question. What does James want to know?
One sec.
You missed your cue, Screwy.
What?
You missed your cue. I said, what does he want to know?
My mom
Dead air.
says like, what
Dead
do
air.
you want for supper? And I'm like, Mom, I'm
Mom,
part of a
live show, Mom, live show, Mom, live show. Dinner's in 20 minutes.
Okay, listen.
Okay, listen.
Because here's the thing, Screwy Smell. Right now, the show is going on, okay? So...
Oh my god.
That's a question.
Yeah.
I'll bring it.
Yeah, ask the question, Screwy.
The question is... Oh my
I
god,
hate
it's
you,
killing me now.
Space
You guys
Ghost.
are making me smile too much.
Space
the
Ghost, I hate you.
So the question is... since your first encounter with My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, or the fandom, what do you think has been the funniest thing to happen to you?
And he's laughing already. Must be good.
The funniest thing that's happened to me. There've been a lot. I think we had I enjoyed meeting you. I think it was James Justice at BronyCon at the elevator. I think that was you. In any case, I thought if it wasn't you, it was somebody. And I came out of my room and I was ready to go downstairs to the I don't know, to the con, I guess, or to go down to dinner or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd put my con badge in my pocket, and there was this young guy there standing outside the elevator with his, you know, Rainbow Dash shirt or whatever he was wearing, you know, some Brony paraphernalia. And we sort of looked at each other for a minute. And then he said to me, he sort of indicated himself and said, "You have no idea what's happening here, do you?" I pulled my con badge out and went, "I think you have no idea what's happening here." And he kind of went, "Uh-oh." The special guest color was blue. And he went, "Uh-oh, blue con badge. Uh-oh."
Oh.
But then we had a lovely chat in the elevator on the way down.
Nice.
I thought the whole thing was very amusing.
It is.
Oh my god.
It's funny.
I think that's the same James Justice. I hope that's the same one.
It could be.
That's you.
No, I'm hoping so. And it's funny because his stream just cut out, so now he doesn't even know.
He'll see the re-air. He'll see the re-air.
What about you, Dusty?
What, me?
Yeah, what's your most funniest moment that you've ever had?
I think it was... The funniest thing that ever happened to me was having Final Draft tell me that somebody thought he was me at a convention. That somebody came up to Final Draft and said, "You're Dusty Cat!" It's like, he goes, No, not enough facial hair. No. I wish I was there for that, because I'd have been laughing my butt off.
Okay, I know what my most funniest thing is, and Peter, you were here for this. Was Everfree Northwest. I wouldn't say it's the funniest, but it's the most memorable for me. Was that auction off the $100 hug?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a beauty. That was so good.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. Oh my god. Where Lee Tokar, you, and then it's like, and Michelle Creamer, and they were just freaks out, and I'm like, I gotta get involved in this.
Yep.
So I basically just, I left my post of recording for the live stream, and got an amazing group hug.
Yes. Yes, it was.
That was awesome. I remember that.
Next.
Oh, that's it. I'm gonna give you another big hug when I see you at BabsCon, Peter.
for another $100.
Okay. You know what? No. If it goes towards a charity, I will do that.
All right then. If it goes towards a charity, I'll do that. Otherwise, I won't insist.
There you go. Next.
So this one. 1 second. Just go away. Okay, so this one's from RBZ. Question for Peter: what is a typical week like for you? Do you voice multiple shows on the same day?
That can happen. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to describe a typical week because most of my weeks aren't the same as each other. So a typical week would be different from the one before. Some weeks, like this week, I really don't have any idea what's happening this week. You know, I have this interview, and then I expect I'll do some house cleaning and things like that, and hope the phone rings. But then other weeks, I'm busy with auditions, and I had an audition this morning, and then but then the rest of the week is open. But other weeks, it's I have the whole week busy with sessions and auditions and everything else. Sometimes it's 2 cartoons in a day. Sometimes it's a commercial in the morning and a cartoon in the afternoon, or vice versa. You know, the thing about this job is it can be, you never know where you're going to end up. I did a job last spring, a voiceover job where it was for a commercial for some local water slides, where they just wanted an announcer, but the gag in the commercial was that the announcer was gonna just describe the benefits of coming to these particular water slides while going down the water slide. And everybody decided that the best thing to do would be to actually record the ad while going down the water slide.
Brilliant.
So
Wow.
Brilliant. Yes.
So we went to if you go to waveproductions.com and then put my name in, you'll find pictures of me with a microphone with a condom over top of it, wearing a recording deck over top of me, and wearing nothing but a bathing suit, which is, I don't know if you really want to go look at that, but but yeah, so we did that for an entire afternoon. So is that a typical week for me?
Really.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Good one.
Oh my lord.
Hey, Pete. Pete.
Yeah.
I bet I can make Screwy laugh by doing one thing.
Oh no.
One thing?
Yep. Think I can do it?
No, what are you do? Oh, what do you do?
Told you.
I love that it totally works too.
Yep. Told you.
You know what I'm gonna do for the rest of this interview, though. You know what it is? You know what it is?
What?
Do you know what it is?
What?
It's this.
What?
Everybody be quiet for just a sec.
It works. I told you.
Oh, why do you guys do this to me?
Because it's fun. And we love Flufflepuff around here. So
I love that now I have a new weapon against Squirrel.
Yes. New weapon.
Now you got two things on me.
Yes.
Oh.
Keep it going, Screwy. We're running out of time soon.
It's gonna kill me after this show.
Yep.
Here we go. So this one's from Subtle Wind for Peter. Did you enjoy seeing it for Big Mac and Philly Vanilli, and were you disappointed you didn't get to do a turkey call in the episode?
If memory serves, and we recorded this a long time ago, so I'm not totally sure. If memory serves, we actually recorded some turkey calls, just in case we wanted to cut it off partway through. I think actually turkey calling as Big Mac is really hard.
Yeah, I bet.
So I didn't. I'm not disappointed in the end that we didn't get to do the turkey call, because I'm quite happy to not have to do that.
Okay. So here's the question: did Andrea Libman actually do the turkey call for Pinkie Pie?
Not that I recall.
Okay. Because that would have been hilarious.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
No. That doesn't.
I seen on the news of there's actual turkey call competitions.
There is. Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh, there are. Yeah.
Yep.
Not that I'd enter one.
My mom bagged a turkey. This freaking big. Year before last.
Yeah, they're huge. Oh my lord.
My mom shot a turkey. I was like, she sent a picture of her holding this damn turkey up, and I'm going, Mom, you're awesome.
Is that a bear? What?
Yeah, my dad shot a bear, and my mom shot a turkey. That explains a lot, doesn't it?
I bought a turkey. I did buy a turkey.
Yeah, that's quite the
I am Hunter. I have bought turkey.
Bought turkey.
At store.
Next.
Oh my lord. So this one's from BF3 Pony. What did you guys think of Applejack being a super overprotective sister?
I'll answer first.
Go ahead.
I have read some comments and heard through the grapevine that some people are upset that she was so overprotective. But you know what? It is fine, because in order for the episode to really have that turn in it, where she finally realizes she's been too overprotective, she needs to be too overprotective.
Right.
If she's just sort of moderately overprotective, then the turn isn't big enough, and it's unrewarding as a conclusion. So you have to look at the episode from that perspective.
And
right?
you have to.
The conclusion was a rewarding conclusion, and and so that means it works.
You have to remember, people, that Big Mac and Granny Smith and Applejack have been raising Apple Bloom since she was a baby, right? So Applejack is basically pseudo her mother. Really, okay?
And if you were someone's mother, would you send them to a fire swamp?
No, not really. But the thing is, she's overprotective of Apple Bloom because of what happened to her parents. I've seen it in other families that I know, friends of mine who've lost a loved one and had to basically become a pseudo-parent. Basically, they're overprotective of their sibling because they have to be. And that's taking it to the nth degree, but I've seen it, and it's psychologically something that does happen. So basically, the joke is there, but it actually happens in real life, that somebody who's a sibling that loses a parent and has a younger sibling becomes overprotective. And it's really a good lesson. So I think it was done, it was handled very well.
I thought it was really functional too. You know, just from a writing perspective, I thought it worked really well.
Yeah, absolutely. One more last question, Screwy. It's that time of the evening.
Why do you do this to me?
It's that time. If you have 2 questions that I can answer really quickly.
There you go.
Okay. I'll go for this one first. This one's from Marjan Lion. From Peter. How do you come up with your various voices? Do you sit in front of a mirror staring at yourself, trying different sounds and accents, or something else, perhaps?
Sometimes sometimes it's based on what they ask for in breakdowns, where they say we need a character who sounds this way. Sometimes they send a picture of the character through, and I just decide on that. Sometimes they give a very broad definition, and they say stuff like, you know, whatever a space giraffe sounds like, you just get to make it up. I don't know. It's fun too, so. It can be anything like that.
No one can hear a space giraffe in space.
That's right. It's silent.
There you go. It was a trick all the time. It was a trick.
Next question. Hurry.
Next
Let's
one.
go.
Hurry.
Lightning round.
Do it. Lightning round.
So this is I'll put it from BF3 Pony. I'm just gonna put this one out here because you're rushing me. Favorite season 4 episode.
Season 4, the Goldie Delicious one. Next.
Apples of the Core.
Apples of the Core.
I never had time to think this through. Lightning round. Okay, I actually did love that one with the apples and the singing and family and Piggy Pie being the cousin. Cousin, let's go bowling.
Yes. Oh, Screwy, I love you.
There you go. I did lightning round.
Lightning round is over, and we're at the end of the show. We're at the end of the show. Lightning round is over. That's it. I cannot let it go forward because that was the perfect answer.
I've never gotten as far as 1 before.
Yes, that's fine. But you know what? That answer is too perfect. I can't go any further forward. Can't. Perfect ending to the show. So that is the show for this week. Everybody, we have a new T-shirt. Check out the graphic. New T-shirt over at Redbubble. Everfree Media. Check it out. You guys wanted a T-shirt? We got you a T-shirt. It's a beauty T-shirt. Check it out. We want to see you wearing that this summer. I'll sign it. Screwy will sign it. We'll kiss it. Whatever you want. Because we love our supporters. We love you guys coming here.
We'll put some lipstick and kiss it.
We'll put lipstick on and we'll kiss it.
If we get to $3,000 in the charity today,
yeah,
I'll sign it too. Can we give one away?
Let's do it. If we make 3,000, I'll buy the shirt and we'll get me, Screwy, and Peter New to sign it.
Ooh, I love this.
Done. $3,000. Okay, I'll buy a shirt and then we'll sign it and ship it to you. So that is also up for grabs. And we have wonderful, awesome live and recorded content on this station, Everfree Radio Media thing. You need to go to everfree.net and check it all out because it's awesome. We do this. The Pegasus Sisters do their thing. Oh man, there's too much stuff. The radio side is awesome, much less the live side.
Too much stuff.
Too much stuff to talk about. Too much. And I was getting dry throat talking about all those things. So you know what? You go over to everfree.net and you figure it out. Because I'm done figuring it out for you. You need to figure it out for yourself every now and then. You know. Thank yous to Mr. Peter New for his wonderful.
Thank yous to Mr. Dusty Cat and Mr. Screwball.
Filming is magic. Filming is
Thank
magic.
You also to Screwball's mom.
Screwball's mom, love you. Thanks, Mom.
I'll be sure to pass that along.
Filming is magic, who does our outro. BabsCon, BronyCon, TrotCon, Everfree Northwest, BronyCan, Care to Win, my landlord and partner in crime, Amy, my wonderful girlfriend, who supports me doing all of this kind of stuff. EFN, Screwy, and you out there who come every time we turn the camera on and make dang fools out of ourselves every time. Thank you very much for coming, and we are out of here. Next, who do we got next? Hey, Screwy, do you know who we have next?
I do.
In 2 weeks? Who do we have?
Who is it, Dusty?
Terry Klassen.
What?
This man's boss.
Yeah.
Terry Klassen, who's not only an awesome voice actor in his own right, but
He is.
director of voices on your favorite program, My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic.
As well as Littlest Pet Shop.
As well as Littlest Pet Shop.
And he's fun.
And?
He's a funny man.
Funny man. And if I'm correct, this will be his very first My Little Pony interview.
Ooh.
So, don't miss it. 2 weeks from tonight, we will have Terry Klassen.
Curious to see
Are
that
you
myself,
curious?
I am.
Yes. Hopefully we'll have Peter New in the chatty box again in 2 weeks. But who knows?
Why not?
Why not? We'll find out. So, we're out of here. Thank you very much, people, for coming. And we'll see you in 2 with Terry Klassen. Ciao.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We hate to leave you, but we'll be back soon. Good night, sweetheart. Good night. Good night, sweetheart. Good night.
The casting for Out Loud, just to put a voice on it for myself. And I mean, I think if it's obvious that it isn't for me, that sort of falls away. But with Goldie, I just, you know, as I came across every line, I just
kept reading it out loud and just thinking, oh, this line would be fun if I could do it this way.
And so I just sort of took that kind of throwaway into the studio with me, and I just was laughing in the waiting room, saying, you know, Terry Klassen, the voice director, sort of overheard me reading, you know, just as a joke.
Yeah, Goldie Delicious, this is it.
And just thought, oh yeah, that might work. And so he brought in, you know, we went into the studio with Big Jim and Woody and or not Woody, but
Jason?
The other guy, Jason. Thiessen. Wow, that was a brain fart of epic proportions.
Oh, epic.
Epic. But the three of us went in, and I did this on the microphone with them, and they all sort of smirked and laughed and nodded, and they decided to give me the job. It was the last thing I was expecting.
Nice.
But it was great fun, and I think my favorite part of it actually was, you know, as the actors, you don't always know who's playing what. And I remember opening my mouth for the first Goldie Delicious line, and Ashley Ball looking up with raised eyebrows straight across at me. She had no idea it would be me, and she thought that was pretty excellent.
I can just see it now. It's like she's sitting there as soon as she's about to do an Applejack line, all of a sudden it's like, you come with Goldie Delicious, and she's like, stuck.
What?
I was like,
yeah.
What was I supposed to say? Wait a minute. Just back up. Last time you were here, you were embroiled, as it was, in being painted blue a lot.
Oh, yes.
Yes. The Blue movie.
The Blue movie.
The Blue movie. Alien Abduction.
I want to...
You know what brings this up? You know what brings this up? I was on, I can't remember where, but Wolf Cop, the movie premise that beat this movie, actually got a release date. And I saw it. And I went, Wolf Cop. Well, that brought up Alien Abduction. So I'm going to ask you, now that it's been almost a year, is that movie ever going to get made? Are you guys still working on it? Where are we at with that movie?
Well, we're still trying to push it forward. I know that one of the prizes that we did get was that the people that were organizing the Sineku project optioned the movie, and their idea was that they wanted to make all 10 of the top 10.
Okay.
And I know that they were very excited about Alien Abduction. So the last I heard, we were pursuing a larger figure to try and get the movie made for a bit more money, which I think ultimately, if we could get, would be a better film. But of course, when you're pursuing more money, and now we're using sort of proper channels, and that all takes time. So we'll see. I don't know.
Okay, I didn't know. I was waiting for that movie because I want to see it. And I'm going, wow, I wonder where that is. So we'll see what happens.
amigo. Listen, stranger. Didn't you get the idea? We don't like to see bad boys like you in town. Go get your mule. You let him get away from you?
You see, that's what I want to talk to you about. My little pony, she feels real bad. My little pony. You see, she got all depressed when you all didn't laugh.
Hey, you making some kind of joke?
Oh, no. You see, I understand you men were just playing around. But my pony, she just doesn't get it. Now, if you're all to apologize. I don't think it's nice you're not laughing. She gets the funny idea you're not laughing because of her. Now, if you laugh, like I know you're gonna, I might convince her not to break out into song. I'm waiting.
Pony. How you doing? It's your boy, Dusty Cat, here on the West Coast, San Jose, California, one more time. You'd think I would be from somewhere else, but no, we're here in San Jose again. Sometimes we're gonna have to do like a live remote from somewhere, but not like my front room. But it's a beautiful sunny day. It's another beautiful 69 degrees. The Pegasi were out early. The clouds are gone. Beautiful day. I went out and got my cider. Everyone who was on Twitter said I was out of cider. Well, I went and got some. Delicious. But you're not here to hear about how much cider I have. You're here because you want to listen to the dulcet tones of good friend of the program,
Mr. To do a good job of the singing, because I thought it would be, doing Apples to the Core was one thing. It was nice to have, just sort of a background in the chorus there with my yups punctuating it. But I thought, on this one, I knew that I'd have a moment to myself, and I knew that I wanted to sound good. I wanted him to sound like he was in.
Yes.
Like it would be really believable that he would be in this quartet.
Yeah.
So normally what happens, I know from working on Littlest Pet Shop, normally what happens when we get a song from Daniel is we get a demo of the song that has pre-recorded vocals in it that we can sing along to. And so I just decided for this one, I asked Daniel if I could come in and do the demo myself, so that I could sing along to myself later, and that gave me extra time to practice it.
Oh, there you go.
But when it comes time to actually record it, you really are just yourself, right? You're not sitting there with, you go into the studio by yourself and you just work your part with Daniel. So it makes it less complicated, right? Than having to try to rehearse a whole quartet together and perform it. We don't do it like that, unfortunately.
I think that would be
a bit fun to do.
It'd be more fun to do it that way, for sure, where you're actually making
in the
music.
Long run, yeah, but also it'd be more labor intensive, because you'd have to not only know your part, but you'd have to know your part in time and rhythm with everybody else. This way, it's easier to record, and then it's also easier for them to manipulate in post.
Oh yeah.
Because goodness knows, I sound a lot better after their computers have had a little time with my voice.
Just a little.
Than I sound on the raw recording.
Yeah, just a little bit. Now you teased me forever. Like we were at Everfree Northwest. I got this really great thing. I talked this season. I go, really? Big Mac talks? No, I said I talked this season.
Hold on, you guys.
Huh? Still there?
That was a complete gibberish. It was Skype gibberish.
Skype gibberish. Okay, we'll start over again. You teased me that you were going to talk this season. And I said, oh, good. Big Mac talks. I said I talk. I didn't say Big Mac talked. So we get Goldie Delicious, which is an interesting new character, Goldie.
Goldie Delicious.
Goldie Delicious.
Interesting cat lady.
The interesting cat lady who killed Dusty Cat, by the way.
What?
Yes. They actually had a Dusty Cat joke. There was a cat made of dust in the episode. And she blows on it and blows him away.
That's right.
So
That's how manly I am.
That's how manly you are.
That's how manly I am.
Yes.
As I'm playing a lady, I can out-manly you.
Yes, out-manly Dusty Cat again. What? So how did the Goldie Delicious character fall to you?
Well, again, because I've had when I get my pet shop scripts, I've gotten into the habit of always reading all of the parts that I don't know.
Mr. Peter knew.
Dulcet tones!
Dulcet tones, yes, of Peter. How are you doing today, Pete?
I'm really well. How are you?
I am doing awesome. Here's another beautiful picture of you from Everfree Northwest with your entire kin.
This is the Apple family. What?
Yes, it's the Apple family. Yes. So, plenty to talk about. Plenty to talk about today because you haven't been on a program in almost a year now.
I know, and this was one of the first. This is one of the first interviews I gave.
Yes.
And so I'm delighted to be back. I feel like I'm much more experienced now, and I feel like I'll be able to provide you with more succinct and clean answers.
Clean, yes. Clean. Whenever you want to say something, just say buy some apples. We'll be fine.
Buy some apples.
Buy some apples. Oh, so yes. Not only have you done voice acting, film acting, all that stuff, you've done a new character we'll talk about a little later. Singing, dancing, comedy, Sunil, everything. It's awesome. Yeah. First question. We have a new standard first question for everybody since you've been here. What are some of your...
I don't know what.
No, you know what? Well, how about this? What are... Yes, what is the quest? What is the quest? What are some of your earliest memories of cartoons or comics that you enjoyed as a kid?
Earliest memories of cartoons.
Yeah.
Or comics.
Yeah.
Comics. My earliest memories of comics are really the Tintin or Tintin comics.
Oh, Tintin, yes.
Or the Asterix comics.
Mm-hmm.
Those were some of the first comics that I really connected with, and I enjoyed the sense of humor in the Asterix ones and the adventure in the Tintin ones.
Mm-hmm.
I call it Tintin because in Canada, of course, we speak French partly, and it's a French comic, so a Belgian comic or something. So I tend to gravitate towards the French pronunciations. But first cartoons that I remember, I feel like I remember cartoons earlier than the ones that are coming to my mind. But I can't remember what they are right now. The earliest ones coming to my mind are all like 80s cartoons, but I know I was watching cartoons before that. Mind you, they'd probably be quite dull. So I'm remembering stuff like Pac-Man and you know, Rocket Robin Hood.
Oh yeah, jeez, I completely forgot about that.
And as always, Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes all the way back.
I guess earlier than that would be some of the Disney cartoons, some of the Mickey stuff.
Okay.
You know, like Mickey and the Giant and stuff.
Mickey and the Giant, Donald Duck.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. Yeah. Now let's get
Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat Willie. Yes, all that stuff. Let's get to the one thing everybody wants to talk about. Everybody wants to know about. Big Mac gets to sing. Big Mac is singing. Yep. Tell us a bit about what it was like in the studio with 3 other singers doing barbershop quartet with Daniel Ingram with a whip going, no, no, no.
That's exactly how it is. You don't need to know anything more. That's,
okay.
That's how it goes. No, I mean I really wanted to, for my part anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that this episode was coming, and I knew that I wanted to. We all still want to make it. I mean, we all had such a good time working together. So and I, there was so much support out there in the world for us, and thank you deeply for all of that support that everybody gave, because it really helped to propel us forward, and we got really very close. So
I think it'll be hilarious when it does get made. So
I actually think that the success of Wolf Cop might benefit us, and so I have every good wish for those guys. I mean, they deserve the win, and they hopefully have made a really good movie, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. For one, if it's a hit, then that means Cineku gets cred. That means the next Cineku movie, gets funding more easily. So if you see Wolf Cop playing in a theater near you, please go.
Go see it.
Go see it.
Any new movies or projects you can let us in on that's not NDA'd? Something that's coming up.
There's one thing I did last year that it was a day player part on a show that I don't know if I can talk about yet. So just keep your ear to the ground. I know the new Barbie movie is out. I'm in that.
New Barbie movie.
You can see the new Barbie.
Yeah. What did you do in Barbie?
We're still looking. What's that?
What did you do in Barbie?
I played an eel named Murray.
An eel named Murray.
Yes. An eel named Murray in the latest Barbie straight-to-video feature.
Okay. Why can't I have this kind of fun in my life? God, I can't have this kind of fun in my life. I can't play an eel named Murray in a Barbie movie. Why? Why, God? Why? Okay. Anyway.
It was fun. I got to do it. Basically, I got to do a Peter Lorre impression, which
nice.
I would have thought was out of date. But apparently I got to do it. So,
what's out of date? Jeez, in Saturday's episode, in the Chimera, the snake in the Chimera had the eyes from
the Jungle
from
Book,
the Jungle
right?
Book, and I was like,
yeah, that was awesome.
You have to be old enough to catch that, okay? I was like, as soon as it went up for 2 seconds, I went, oh! I saw that.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome, and I thought it was awesome that she totally did the let's destroy the at maneuver.
Yeah, with the wraparound, yeah. And of course, she had to go through the fire swamp.
Yeah, the fire swamp from the Princess
Bride. Yeah.
That whole segment was just full of
little things.
Reference
this and reference this and reference that. Yeah, it's like I was waiting for the fire rats to show up, but.
I didn't know what to expect.
Getting back to singing, you've done very well in the 2 songs, on plus the stuff on Littlest Pet Shop. You never brought up that you had done any singing in the past. Did you take lessons between then and now to do this stuff, or did you take lessons before? What's your background in actual singing?
No, I think it was just sort of everybody kind of came together around the same time to discover that I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
When we did the audition.